What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Main Deck Monday, and today we are going over the Trevenant Break deck. Now, there's so many different ways you can play Trevenant Break, but today we're going to keep it really simple. We're playing a 4-4-3 Trevenant Break line. And let's go over this deck if you don't know what this is. Now, Trevenant Break, it's new set from Breakpoint. It has the attack Silent Fear, and he's a psychic and a colors, and you put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. And this is how you're going to basically win the game. You're going to Silent Fear, put 30 damage counters everywhere, and eventually just win that way. You also have Trevenant as well. And this is where, like, the greatest part of the deck comes from. It's from this Trevenant from X and Y. Don't play the Trevenant from Breakpoint. You could maybe play one, but this is where it shines. You have the ability Force Curse. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play the item cards from his or her hand. And this game is such heavily relied on item cards. If you get the turn 1 Force Cursed, you basically make it where your opponent can't play item cards. They can't probably use like half their deck because it's all filled with trainer cards. And also from Breakpoint, we gained this new Phantom, which is great as well. It has the attack Ascension. You search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Now, it only needs a colorless energy requirement, which is great, and I'll explain to you why in a second. That's a great card. You play 2 Shaman as well to help set up. Now, this deck could play with multiple things. You could play it with a Wobbuffet. You could play it with, I don't know, maybe Mewtwo. I've seen people play with Gengar. But right now, like I said, we're keeping it simple. 4-4-3 Trevenant line. We're going to load up some Trevenants, and we're just going to Silent Fear things to death. And we're going to see if it works or not. So we'll see if that works. Or, yeah, like I said, we'll see if it works or not. So let's go over the items. You play 1 Battle Compressor. This is going to discard your supporter tech cards like the Judge, Lysander, Birch, Wally, Xerosic. You got to discard those somehow. We play 1 Eco Arm. It's a really good card. Shuffle 3 Pokemon Tool cards from your discard pile back into your deck. And this is how you're going to reuse your tool cards. And I'll show you what those are here in a second. You play 2 Love Ball. Search your deck for Pokemon 90 HP or less. Reveal it and put it into your hand. This will get you the Phantoms turn 1 if possible. Besides that, it's pretty much useless. 1 Super Rod, shuffle 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energies. That way, if you have to Sycamore away some Pokemon early with some energies, you could get them back with Super Rod. It's mainly for the energies because you only play 8 of those, which might seem low, but you only need 1 energy to attack with Trevenant. 4 Trainer's Mail for consistency purposes. Look at top 4 cards of your deck. Grab a trainer card. 4 Ultra Ball to get your Pokemon out. 4 VS Seeker to reuse supporter cards. We play 1 Judge. Each player shuffles their hand into the deck and draw 4 cards. 1 Lysander, bring a Pokemon off the bench. 1 Professor Birch, flip a coin. If shuffle your hand into the deck, flip a coin if heads, draw 7. If tails, draw 4. But you know what I say, you gotta risk it to get to Biscuit. And if you flip heads, you're good to go. 4 Sycamore as your main draw power, and 3 Wally. Now Wally's such a good card because you can Wally turn 1. So Wally says, search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon, exclude a Pokemon EX, and put it onto that Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. You can use this card during your first turn or on a turn that a Pokemon was put into play this turn. So the reason why Wally's so good is because, let's say you go first. You start with the you start with the little Phantom, and he's not that threatening. You can't attack turn 1, so you can't use Ascension, but you can use Wally to get that Trevenant out turn 1, which is really cool. Alright, so let's say turn 2. Let's say you have a Phantom on the bench. You evolve Phantom with the Trevenant, then you can actually Wally into a Trevenant break. Now, if you look at breaks, it says the evolve from Trevenant, so you can Trevenant, then use the Wally to get the Trevenant break out, which is really cool, and I really do like that you can use that to get your Trevenant out, or Trevenant breaks and Trevenant out, which is really cool. And you play 3 of those because you want to hit that turn 1 if you go first. If you go second, you can just Ascension just as well. Maybe you can play 2, maybe, but I like 3 right now. You play 1 Xerosic, choose a tool or special card attached to a Pokemon to play, and discard it. DCEs are really, they're playing a lot in this game, so Xerosic could be really clutch. And I'll tell you second why it's a really good card. 4 Dimension Valley, so that way, so like I said earlier, with Phantom, it needs 1 colors, but with Dimension Valley, you only need, with each of your psychic Pokemon, their attacks called 1 color's less. So if you have a Phantom out, they basically attack for free. With the Trevenant break, they need a single Psychic Energy to attack. Like I said earlier, you only need 1 Psychic Energy to attack, really, which is really cool. You play the Trevenant as well, which has the Psychic colors. So you can use 1 Psychic Energy or 2 Psychic Energy on this guy to potentially Basically, I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying, but you need 2 Psychic Energy to tackle Trevenant if you have a Dimension Valley out. Alright, so you play 4 Bursting Balloon, which is, it's from Breakpoint. It's a really, really good card. So it says, if this Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an opponent's attack, even if that Pokemon is knocked out, you put 6 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon, and this makes it for weird scenarios. Your opponent now has to decide, hey, do I attack you? Do I take that 60 damage, or do I just pass and just let that balloon fall off? Because it says, if this card is attached to one of your Pokemon, discard it at the end of your opponent's turn. So at the end of your opponent's turn, it gets discarded, which is why you play the Echo Arm to get back your Bursting Balloons. It's just a really, really cool combo. So basically, you do a 30 everywhere, and if they hit you, you do 60 to the active, which is, it's really, really cool. And so you do a 90, 30 everywhere. The next turn you can do 30, 30 everywhere. Then if they hit you again, they're basically getting knocked out for hitting a Trevenant. And Trevenant has 160 HP. So this guy is not getting one-shotted for the most part. He is staying alive for 2 to 3 turns, which is amazing. And that's why I love this deck so much. 160 HP, that's so much HP. 1 Floatstone to give your Shaman's free retreat if you do start with it. 2 Headringer, make it where EX Pokemon need 1 more colors to attack, which is, I'll tell you in a second why that's such a good card. 2 Mystery Energy, and this can make you where your Phantoms have free retreat if they light center up. Mystery Energy says this card can only be attached to Psychic Energy, but it provides a Psychic Energy, but it says the retreat cost of this Pokemon this card's attached to is 2 less. So that means your Phantom has free retreat now. If you attach Mystery Energy to it, let's say they license up a Phantom because you have a Trevenant in the active spot, you can then attach Mystery Energy, Retreat, and Attack. It's a really cool card. We're going to play 2 of it right now. You could maybe cut the 2 and play 8 Psychic. Either way, it's fine. And 6 Psychic Energy. Now, one problem with this deck, if you watch, down below, leave a link to World Renowned Heretic. You can see a match that we played at Regionals. We played Trevenant Break versus Night March. And in Game 3, I found a loophole to his Trevenant Break deck, and all I was doing was Skyreturn with Shaman. You have a Shaman on the active, a Shaman on the bench, you put a DC on the active, Skyreturn, send the other Shaman, he can Silent Fury you, do 30, have a Bursting Balloon, but the thing with Shaman is, when that 60 damage hits it, it returns back into your hand, and he actually doesn't get knocked out. So you just can keep cycling Shamans over and over again, and you can win the game that way fairly easily. But since we play Headringers in the deck, you can attach that to Shaman, making it where they can't do that. And if they attach a DCE, you can Xerosic it off, which is very, very helpful. You could maybe switch to Xerosic for Giovanni Scheme, because then you do 30 to everywhere, and then you can do Silent Fear, doing 6, 7, 8 with the Giovanni Scheme, so 8, which will knock it out, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So you play Xerosic and or Giovanni Scheme. I like Xerosic right now, so you could discard certain item cards or certain tools or DCs as well. So that's why Xerosic's in here as right now. So like I said, the Headringer and the Xerosic is to get rid of that Shaman loot combo, which you saw in our game that me and Heretic did play. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much about Trevenant Break, but it's such a good deck. If you haven't tested it, make sure you test it. It's going to be really big at States and online. You're going to see it pop up a lot now. But yeah, I'm not sure which version is the best. Like I said, there's Gengar, there's a Wobbuffet, some people playing Mewtwo in the deck. It's up to you. Just test it out, see which one you like the most. Right now, I like the straight consistent version. I just like getting my Trevenant Breaks over and over again. Just taking knockouts. Slowly but surely, you can win the game. You can actually take all 6 prize cards at one time, maybe. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, putting against BH Lockdown, playing a Grass, Water, Lightning, Dark deck. So many different colors, and they have the advantage. And let's see what happens. We lost the coin flip, so they will have at least 1 turn of items, maybe 2, if we left the Dimension Valley and our Psychic Energy, or the Phantom. There's a lot of things that we could, I don't know, not a lot of things, but it's still happened. We could maybe with the Trevenant. Just wondering what our opponent is playing is the question. So they're going to see we're playing Trevenant. That's a dead giveaway. Okay. This hand is not the best. I'm not going to lie, it's not the best. And let's see what happens. What is our opponent playing? What would they flip over? It could maybe be a Vespiquen Night March deck. So there's a Kobe. Okay. It could be an Evital Vespiquen Night March deck because it's dark. And dark, the only thing I can think about putting in Vespiquen Night March is Evital. It can power up your attackers. It hits these Pokemon for weakness. So maybe it might be a good play. We see a Battle Compressor. Going to discard 3 cards out of their deck. Alright, it's going to come down to how many item cards they can play turn 1, how many Pokemon can they discard, can they constantly hit Trevenants for knockout. It's going to be weird for sure. But I believe in us. So we see Battle Compressor going to discard 3 cards out of their deck. And we do have a Headringer as well. If they put down a Shaman, we can Headringer the Shaman, so that makes things interesting as well. So let's see, what does the Compressor discard? I imagine 3 Lampets if they are playing the Night March version, which I think they are. I mean, I can't think of any other combination that would have with this. So Jirachi, Sycamore, Fire Energy. So we see a VS Seeker for Sycamore. We're about to see what he discards. That's a lot of cards. Eevee comes down. DC to the active. Sycamore. Discarding. Okay. Alright. So it looks like it's a straight Vespiquen deck. Vespiquen with Vaporeon, Flareon, Jirachi, Unknown, Barrel Letter. What is a dark card? Absol maybe? No, I don't think Absol will be used. I'm so curious as what we're playing right now. Well, we'll find out hopefully. We'll see. Yeah. Now luckily there's not. Umbreon does not work for weakness. I'll be really sad if that does work. We'll see a VS Seeker for Sycamore. So he's getting prepared for the turn 2 Trevenants, which is smart. That's a smart play. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Shaman and a Vespiquen. Okay. What will they get? Will we see their Dark Attacker or not? Nope, just a Combi. Okay, alright, I lied, just a Combi. Well, what was this? So, Zoroark, so it's a Zoroark, there we go. So they play Zoroark in their deck. A Trevenant Break comes into our hand. We'll Battle Compressor, and with the Compressor, we're going to discard some supporter cards. We'll discard Wally, we will discard Judge, and... we could discard Sycamore, and I think I'm going to. We could discard the Xerosic, but kind of scared. We need a Trainer Smell and hit a VS Seeker. Okay, Ultra Ball could work, so we'll grab the Ultra Ball. And with the Ultra Ball, I'm going to discard the Float and the Headringer. Yes, he's fine. We'll grab those two. Grabbing a Shaman. Okay, I was scared that all of our Shamans were prized. So grab a Shaman. Put a Psychic Energy on the active, just in case we missed the turn 1 Damage Valley. Well, Shaman drawing 4. Can we hit a Phantom Wally? That'd be great. If we hit a Phantom Wally, have 2 Phantoms on the field turn 1, that'd be great. So Shaman gonna drop to 6. I'm actually really scared now that we have 2 Trevenants in our hand with the Sycamore. So Burst Balloon, and we will Ascension, searching for a Trevenant. Okay. So we get a Trevenant turn 1. How many Pokemon discard pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so they're doing 8, 9, 10, 11. They need 3 more Pokemon in the discard pile. There's an Unknown, so that's 1. There's a Vespiquen. Okay. There's another Vespiquen. We know the last card is Sycamore, so high five, opponent. Great job. So they're not going to knock us out yet. They need another Unknown to discard, because they can't use Ultra Ball. So that's interesting for sure. And if they hit us, then it'll pop the balloon doing 60 to the Vespiquen, and then we can use the Silent Fear doing 32 everywhere, and then we can knock out the Vespiquen. So things are going interesting, but the only bad thing, so the Pharaoh Letter, I don't think he's knocking us out. I don't think there's no way he's knocking us out. If he is, I did math wrong. So, okay, there's an Unknown. Okay, I gotta do my math again. We have 110, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's 10 off right now. Fingers crossed, not the 4th Unknown. Please don't have the 4th Unknown. I'd be very scared if he has the 4th Unknown. Does he have it or not? That's the big question. It doesn't seem like it. The big question is, because Combi comes down, if he doesn't have it, does he attack us or not? There's a Fire Energy going to the Flareon, or to Eevee, which will make it into a Flareon. The Flareon I'm not really worried about. He can just use it to Blacksmith onto his Vespiquens or Zoroarks. Does he attack us or not? So, no, he's not going to attack us. The balloon gets destroyed. We will Love Ball. Grabbing a... Oh, man, we have 2 Phantoms prized. That's not good. That's not good at all. Put down the Phantom. Put down a Trevenant Break, and this will make it even harder for our opponent to knock us out next turn. Put a Mystery Energy on the active, and we're going to Sycamore discard 2 trees. I don't know. Man, we probably should have just kept the trees. We got a Headringer. We'll Trainer's Mill. The top 2 cards of our deck. We'll grab a Burst Balloon, and this makes it where if he taxes again, he just, he gets knocked out next turn. So Burst Balloon, and we will Silent Fear, doing 30 everywhere. Okay, so right now he's doing 100 damage, which is not a knockout. He needs to put 6 Pokemon in the discard pile, which would be kind of hard unless he has a Sycamore in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rest of our Pokemon. We see a Vespiquen coming down. We see a Sycamore. How many Pokemon in there? Just 1. Woo! Alright, cool. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 7. Okay, so the Zoroark can't knock us out either, so that's good. So you see Unknown, Pharaoh, let it go, discard it, draw a card. So things are looking good for us right now. Alright. So there's a Zoroark. Okay. Alright, so Zoroark comes down. Like I said, Zoroark can't knock us out this turn, so that's good. We need to hit a Super Rod and get into the Phantom down. That'd be our best situation right now. If we get more Phantoms down, we have... Oh, no, we have no Phantoms left. That's the thing. We have no Phantoms in the discard pile. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Just wait to see what Lockdown does. Now, if he attacks us, like I said, the Burst Balloon gets discarded, and he does 6 to himself. If he doesn't, then the Vespiquen takes no damage. So we'll have to see what happens. What did he decide to do? Woo! I mean, the big problem is, we're going to take all these Pokemon knockouts at 1 turn. So we'll have to see what he does. Does he attack or not? Does he attack us or not? So he's going to retreat to Vespiquen. And a pass on our turn. Alright. We're going to put down the Trevenant. We're going to put a Psychic Energy on this guy. And we're going to play a Birch. Let's see what we get off the Birch. Come on, Birch. Don't let us down, buddy. Heads. There we go. Getting 7 new cards. Alrighty. And let's see what happens. So we get at the Mitch Valley, which is not great. Be quiet, Siri. Siri was just talking to me for some reason. Alright. And let's just Silent Fear, doing 30 everywhere. And then next turn, next turn we can knock out the Vespiquen, and the Flareon, leaving with only a Zoroark left. There's an AZ. I'm going to pick up the Vespiquen, and he's still not taking a knockout this turn. That's the big problem. We see a Comey coming down. Then we see a Bee Revenge, doing 120. That's good for us, so not a knockout. And on to our turn, we get an Ultra Ball, so we'll put a Psychic Energy on this guy. We'll Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball, and a Love Ball. We'll get out Trevenant Break. Alright, come on down, Mr. Trevenant Break. And I'm actually thinking about retreating it to this guy. That might seem like a fine play. Let's see. We will have to discard 1 energy, but that's fine. We'll discard, go to this guy, discarding the regular Psychic Energy. Press done. And let's VS Seeker for a Birch. We could hit another Balloon, making things interesting for the following turn. Wait, 120. Oh man, we shouldn't have retreated because he's just gonna knock us out anyway if he has a DCE. That was a mistake on my part. Okay, we get a Burst Balloon, which is great. So Burst Balloon, and we will Silent Fear. We'll take 3 prize cards this turn. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. So there we go. We'll go down to 3 prize cards. There's 1. Come on, Phantoms. We need some Phantoms. That's what we really need. There's 2. There's a Super Rod, which is good. Come on, Phantom. There's 3. Okay, so no Phantoms. Here we see a Combi. But if he attacks us this turn, he's going to knock out the Combi, and then we can knock out the Zoroark to win the game? Yeah, so let's see if he attacks us this turn. He loses the game, basically. Well, not basically, because we still have 1 prize card left. So let's see what happens. But you can see how good Burst Balloon is. Like, Burst Balloon is making my opponent think a lot. Like, what do I do? How do I play against this matchup? What, it makes things interesting. I don't know how he can win, though. I'm trying to think. Regardless, next turn, we need a Super Rod. Get back into Phantom, and hopefully draw into it. There we see a Lysander. Gonna bring up the Shaman. Now he can play all of his item cards. Let's see how crazy does he go this turn. He needs to evolve in his Combi. That's for sure. If he doesn't evolve the Combi, we just win. Because we take double knockouts. We see 2, 3. Alright. So he already Lysander. The good thing is, he's not going to knock out a Trevenant. So at least have 2 more turns of attack with Trevenant. They receive Battle Compressor. Let's see what he decides to discard. He will go down to 4 prize cards, which is okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that player. Alright, so also, what can happen next turn, if he evolves an Vespiquen to knock us out, we can use Trevenant's Tree Stomp Where's it at? This guy right here, Tree Slam, Tree Stomp, Tree Slam, doing 60 and 20, knocking out the Vestal Queen and the Zorak. There we go. So see an Ultra Ball, discarding those two. Oh, he discards a Combi. That's bad. He needs another Pokemon on the bench, or he just gets benched out. So we'll have to see what he decides to do. So there's a Shaman. Okay, so he's going to get a Shaman. But he needs another attacker for the next turn. Oh, so there's a Vestal Queen. Okay. There's a DCE. And does he play the Shaman or... He needs to play the Shaman. If he doesn't play the Shaman, he loses. Because we can Tree Stomp, knocking out both the Vestal Queen and the Zorak. Oh, man. Let's see. He needs... Yeah, we'll see what happens. What does he decide to do or not? Waiting to see. He needs to put down the Shaman, like I said. If he doesn't, then he just loses. And we can Head Ringer the Shaman, too. Making it where it comes up in the axe spot. He can't Sky Return it back into his hand. So very interesting right now. We'll see what our opponent decides to do here. Alright, so this is Sacred Ash. Gonna shuffle five combination of Pokemon. Alright. 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 Okay. There's a Shaman, so he's gonna set up for 6. Okay, I think we're gonna... Yeah, I think the best play is to knock out both these guys. And then maybe... maybe. Let's see. Or do I just 30 everywhere? So if there's Be Revenge, going to do 150 damage. I think the best play is still just to do the Silent Fear, doing 30 everywhere, doing 30 to both these guys. Yeah, so we see Burst Balloon get discarded. We'll play a Echo Arm. Shovel back in the Burst Balloons. We can put a Head Ringer on that Shaman. Go Head Ringer. We'll put a Psychic Energy on this guy. And let's VS Seeker for a Birch. I really don't want to play all that stuff right now, so we'll play a Birch. Gonna shuffle our hand into deck, and let's see who Birch gets us this time. Come on, Birch! Don't let us down, buddy! Heads, there we go. Alright, cool. Alright, so we get a Burst Balloon. We'll put that down, and we will Silent Fear. I want to keep everything else as of right now, so Silent Fear. Take a knockout on the Zorak. Go down to 2. Alright, so there's a Phantom up, and let's see, what can we do next turn? If he attacks us, then the Pokemon gets knocked out, and if he doesn't attack us, then if he doesn't evolve the Combi, we win. But there's a Vestal Queen coming on down. Alright, he needs a Lysander. That's for sure. He needs to retreat and attack with this guy, and then he'll think, well, no, because, yeah, that's his best play. He needs to retreat to this guy and knock us out that way. Ooh, things are getting interesting right now. I'm excited. I'm excited right now. Not gonna lie to you. So if he knocks out, if he hits the active, there's the Lysander. So that's what he needed. He needed the Lysander. There's a Be Revenge. Do it 170. All right. So let's see what's going to happen. We're going to see the Trevenant. I'm excited. Let's see what happens this turn. So the Burst Balloon gets discarded. We get another Burst Balloon. So put down the Phantom. Put down this guy. Trainer's Mill. Let's see. We won't grab anything. Those are pretty useful cards. Trainer's Mill again. We'll grab a Super Rod. We could grab a Lysander, but I'm not really sure. Like, whoever Lysander... Yeah, if he had 20 HP left, we could Lysander and then Tree Slam, taking the last 2 prize cards. 60-20, 60-20. It doesn't take a knockout this turn. So we're going to Super Rod. Shuffle back Trevenant, Psychic Energy, and a Trevenant Break. Let's actually do this. Let's shuffle in these cards. So I want to draw into another Psychic Energy. We know there's a Dimension Value left in the deck. So we're going to Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, cool. So we get a Psychic Energy on this guy. And we will Silent Fear for the knockout. So 30, 30, 30. And if he does it as Rosic this turn, he has to Lysander this guy, but then he just loses the game because this Vestal Queen has 60. The Shaman does get knocked out, but yeah, we should be okay. Hopefully I didn't make any misplays. We'll have to find out here in a second. Now what can happen next turn is we can Sycamore. If he's Rosic, knocks us out, we need to attach energy, Sycamore, hit a Trevenant, and the Dimension Valley, and then we can knock out this Vespa Queen. So that's why I wanted the energy for this guy, and that's why I didn't put any breaks back into the deck. There was the teammates, which is not what he needed. I don't know how he wins with teammates right now. What can he do with the teammates? Okay, so put 2 cards in his hand. Alright. Alright, I'm interested to see what can happen. What 2 cards can he get off the teammates? There's Kobe coming down. I mean, either way, we knock out the Vespa Queen with a Silent Fear. We can knock out this guy with a Tree Slam. We have a lot of options to win the game next turn, so I'm not really worried about that. As long as he didn't play Zerosic, we should be A-okay. Yep. So I think we pretty much win this game. There's a training... Oh, a training center! Ooh, buddy. But let's see, what do we top deck? Burst Balloon gets discarded. Yeah, so we can VS Seeker for a... Oh, the Light Center's not in the deck as well. Oh, man. Yes, I love it. Alright, so we're going to grab a Sycamore. Yeah, so we're going to grab a Sycamore. We do have a Dimension Valley left in deck, so put a Psychic Energy on this guy. We will Burst Balloon, and Sycamore. Alright, can we get that Dimension Valley or not is my question. And there's the Dimension Valley. Okay, cool. So we got the Phantom, Trevenant. So either way, we pretty much win the game regardless. Put down Dimension Valley, and we will Silent Fear, taking a knockout on the active, and there we go. There is Trevenant breaking. You kind of see how strong of a deck this is. I mean, you get the Trevenant out, your opponent can't play item cards, the break spreads damage everywhere, the bursting moves makes it where if they attack you, they take 6 damage. We saw our opponent kind of just pass multiple times, but since we have Echo Arm, we can essentially use 7 bursting balloons, which is great. And yes, we get the daily, the 3,000 challenge as well, getting the 2 breakpoint packs. I think let's go open those breakpoint. We'll open up 2 breakpoint packs to end that video. So yeah, there is, Trevenant Break. It's a pretty strong deck. It just won regionals yesterday as well, and it's proven itself and expanded to be one of the best decks. And standard, it's obviously one of the best plays as well. And I think it's going to be a really strong play for states coming up. So let's go to collection. And let's see, what do we get off this? Just give me a second. We'll open up the 2 breakpoint packs, and see what happens. So let's see, what do we get? Let's keep on going over. Okay, oh, we get 3. We'll open all 3 of these guys. There's 3 locked. Not sure what they are. But let's open them up. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the Trevenant break deck. You can see how strong of a deck it is. I'm just getting those breaks out over and over again. I'm just getting Trevenant out. Just shuts down so many decks because you can't play item cards. And then the Bursting Balloon is such a good card. Like 60 damage for attacking it. It's so good. Let's tear it open. Let's see what can we get out of Breakpoint. Hopefully get some good cards. Not sure what we're looking for. But we'll open up. Hey, Chikorita. Shout out to Tracy. And, okay, Shiftry. Okay, nothing good in this one. Except the Chikorita, if you count Chikorita as a good card, of course. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Main Deck Monday. I think it's like 53, 54. We are getting up there in some Main Deck Mondays right now. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers. Man, that's my goal right now. We're so close. But let's see what do we get out of this pack. Come on now. Hey, a time puzzle, reverse fighting Fury Belts, and hey, Aegislash. There you go. Shout out to Aegislash Fortress Rogue Tuesday. Make sure you check it out if you haven't seen it. Such a cool idea. I really do like that deck a lot. Alright, let's see what the last one is. Come on, EX. EX hype. Come on, please. Let's get something good. Let's see, what do we get out of this one pack? Let's open them up and... Oh, no, I don't think it's good. No, hey, McGanio, shout out to Teresa once again. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Main Deck Monday. Hopefully you had some fun seeing the Trevenant break deck. We pretty much just dominated that Best Queen deck. But... like, last season we saw a lot of item-heavy decks. Like, even though it's dark, it has somewhat of a bad matchup. You get the turn with Trevenant, making it where your opponent can't play training cards. Night March, heavy relies on training cards. Entei, heavy relies on trainer cards. All these decks rely heavily on trainer cards, and you get the Trevenant out with the Trevenant break to have 160 HP. It's really hard for them to knock you out. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Main Deck Monday. Hope you have a great Monday. Thanks for watching. Thank you for sticking around this long if you're still here. Hey, we put a Phantom as well. That's pretty cool. But have a great day. Alrighty.